Hello, Slothrin and adult fans of LEGO. It's time for another episode of Sloth City. And today, I am going to be talking about some of the new developments in Sloth City, as I always do. Behind me, there is a box, Ninjago 71708 Gamers Market. And if you know something about Ninjago, then you will have preconceived ideas about the characters in the Gamers Market, and you will have ideas about their names. And don't expect to find any of that in Sloth City because I have not watched Ninjago. I have not read up about Ninjago. I don't know anything about those people. You can assume in the LEGO world there are a lot of people in the universe who look like you, and yet you have your own identity. So the citizens that are joining Sloth City are not to be considered whoever these people are in Ninjago. They're some other dudes, some other ladies, some other people, some other aliens, or whatever you want to call it. Well, definitely non-humans, so we can go with aliens, although, again, whether they're space aliens or supernatural aliens really isn't any of my business. They have come to join us in Sloth City, and also they have their own dreams that they want to realize that they can have happen here, and they don't want to be limited by preconceived ideas of Ninjago. So if you were looking for a review of the Gamers Market, go to Amazon and look up, I think Phil the Brick Nerd has a good review of that set. So, moving on. Here are 9 new citizens to join us in Sloth City. Well, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One is missing. What happened to Yama, guys? Wait, I think we can see him now. Yes, there he is. Oh my gosh. It didn't take Yama long in his new city, in his new home, to make himself a new friend, and here he is out on a date. There they are in the diner. They are dancing to the jukebox. He has completely forgotten that he was supposed to be introduced in this video, and I think that we are going to leave them to do their socializing and go back to talking about developments in Sloth City. Obviously, all of these nice people, thank you for coming. Thank you for showing yourselves. Mr. Resting Bitch Face there and all of your friends. And we will take a look to see what else is going on in Sloth City and let you guys go about actualizing your dreams. So let's take a look around. One new thing that we can do is really look around. Check this out. We have new angles. You can now see Sloth City this way too. So if we come down here, we can see there is one of our officers. He has parked his police scooter, and he is at the Time restaurant, where he is ordering himself a pizza, or perhaps he is going to take it back to the police station so that whoever is there manning the desk and, working, at the police station can have some pizza too. So, there is that. You might have noticed that there are some slight changes because I can now see things from this angle. I turned some things around and moved them slightly. Also, something that's going on is our park has moved. We still seem to have the block party going on. It's a little bit smaller, but there's still plenty of people who are hanging out doing the block party thing. But the reason why I moved the park is we are going to be getting a subway station in, and this is the location that I wanted it to be. And we needed the park here because there is a sign that says Newbury Park, and there would be no reason for the subway to be called the Newbury Park subway stop or station or whatever it would be, unless there was a park to attach to that. So that's why the park has moved. Oh, by the way, since we're taking the nice look around, let's take the nice look around and see the back of our gorgeous jetport here. And you can see the neighborhood from behind. It still has a very nice, normal, suburban, idyllic, happy and sedate sort of look to it. I really kind of like looking at the backs with the little backyards as much as I like looking at the fronts. But there is the jetport. There are plans coming for the jetport because where all of this open space is, I am going to be having another table, and that means that there is going to be room to stretch and expand the space of the jetport, and there is going to be room to park the planes so that they don't all park on the runway, which makes it very hard for any of them to take off and fly. So when the table comes in, there will be 4 new plain green base plates that will become an airfield, although not a paved airfield, a nice grassy green airfield that the grass will, contribute oxygen for the environment. That's healthier than a bunch of pavement to add to global warming. And so that is why we are getting a green field instead of a gray field. But besides that wonderful development that is coming to Sloth City, if you look here, you can see Sloth City mainly is illuminated by one standing lamp that I move with me as I need to illuminate things. I turn it around like a giant candelabra, and that's not the most practical thing in the world, but up here you can see I have very outdated little track lights that don't really cast any light on anything, and down here, I only have one very small lamp. So what is going to be happening is that defunct boob lamp that does not even light up is going to be taken out, and in its place there is going to be a wonderful LED lighting fixture that has stupendous, badass numbers of lumens. I don't know how many, but like umpteen thousand of them compared to what it has now, which is, of course, 0. So we are going to have wonderful illumination, and maybe I will not have to be carrying the standing lamp around like a giant candelabra. So there is that also wonderful and splendid development. And I actually think that that's probably enough splendid developments to tell you about for now. I have to have something that keeps you coming back for more, don't I? So for the rest of the splendid developments, you're going to have to tune in for the next installment. I'm not even going to show you the new building that's sitting on the table. You're going to have to wait for that. But thank you for coming to this development in Sloth City. And thank you for joining us as we introduce our new citizens, including Yama over there with his date. And I hope you have a good day.